didn't put enough information in there. By the way, welcome. This is it's Sam and Thomas, and make it October say yo, hey, we're all here, and we're in the AtlanticScrum, aren't we, Thomas? And I hope you'll forgive me there. Well, I guess I'll go on screen share on. Well, we'll just sort of chat. I guess the guys here can see what I'll do. So this is I'm just telling the makers guys here about the remote pair programming. So while obviously we love to look at each other through the live video thing, that's an important part of Thomas and my relationship. What we've also got going is we've got the screen share. So Thomas can now, look at my screen there. I'll just get that into the background. And what we often do in the Scrum is we come in here and we look at the project members. I'll just show you behind the scenes. I've lost my Slack. We've got this all integrated with Slack. And what that means is when I started that Scrum in the background there, and the Hangout, I did it from AgileVentures. It also means that automatically the AgileVentures Slack, which is instant message chat room shared by hundreds of people around the world, it posts the link to that Scrum there that anybody can join. So if you have a look in there, it says in general, that link there, anybody now in the world clicking on this link can jump immediately into this and join and chat with us about what's going on. We've got various things going on there. We'll just move that out of the way. And the other thing that happens, if we see here now, in the side, it's saying, look, this is live. Anybody browsing our website can now come in here and click to join. So it's kind of like this totally open development. It's streamed live to YouTube. If you don't want to talk, you can just watch the feed, and then the recording is available on AgileVentures afterwards. What we do here...
And we also tweet this link out, actually.
Oh, we're tweeting it now as well. We've got the Twitter integration is working. Excellent. Yeah, so there's our kind of Abdi Grimm, who's who's a pairing advocate, whose video I shared with you previously. He has this pair with me hashtag, which developers around the world use on Twitter to indicate when they're available for pairing sessions online. But so starting off usually with these scrums and pair hookups, we check in, with what people are doing. What I'll usually do when I'm Scrum Master is I'll go in and get to the users and look in and take up the individual profile. Thomas is based in Sweden. We met through the massive open online class, kind of co-founded AgileVentures together. Do you want to just give us a quick summary of where you're up to, Thomas? Obviously, we don't want to. These guys here are itching to get back to their makeathon, so we shouldn't take up too much of their time. Yeah, any developments since our earlier Scrum today at 7:30?
Not much. First of all, it's great to be with you guys, and I understand that you recently started the Makers Academy bootcamp. Is that right?
These guys are actually the seniors. So
okay, all right. So yeah. Well, anyway, thanks for having me with you.
These guys are graduating on January the 30th, I think.
Okay, all right. So you're getting close to entering the real world of
the real world, indeed.
Yeah, and yeah. Well, I've been busy working, and today I've been learning new stuff all by my lonesome. Unfortunately, I didn't have anybody to share with. Yeah, but
after Christmas bleak period, there's not so many pair programming sessions going on online. Yes,
but I'm back at work, and I was setting up a second. Due to the character of the application that I work with, we needed a separate database for security reasons to store certain information. So for the first time, I've set up an application with two databases. Connected to it. So that was my first. So I did a lot of Stack Overflowing and a lot of Googling and a lot of banging my head against the wall. But I got it to work actually. So
is it a Rails?
Once again,
is it a Rails application that you're working with? That one?
At my job, I'm building a payment gateway, and so there are some transaction data that cannot be stored together with the client data. So that's why we are separating these things.
Technology stack that's on. Is that on Rails or is it Node?
No, it's 100% Rails actually. 100% Rails.
Okay, and you and I need to coordinate about AB 1 or 2. Probably this is not the time to talk about it in detail. I guess what we might just do, Thomas, unless there's anything else we need to coordinate, is maybe do you want to share your screen and just put up some code, and we'll just give these guys a concrete example of like how we do the remote pair programming, just to make it absolutely rock solid what we do. I think they all understand. These guys are all pairing with each other religiously every day. We can't leave them apart from each other. So we don't think we need to actually show you the process. But there we go. So that's Thomas up there. if I maximize that screen. Ironically, I have to like do a minimization process here to make it bigger. I'm doing Command minus. But so yeah, you set up there. Yeah, you're in RubyMine, which we mentioned. We had Ben Forrest came in yesterday and gave us a talk about his 18 months doing stuff in Rails. I think he used RubyMine as well. It's quite common through our AgileVentures group. We get a free open source license for that. But yeah, so Thomas, it's been partly Thomas and I have both got so busy with our respective jobs, we don't have as many hours as we used to have to sit down and pair programs together online. I kind of miss those days, Thomas. Back when
oh yeah, it's been great fun. But then again, someday we may get back to that,
Yeah, I hope so. I hope we'll moving forward with Makers, the online thing. It would be great to have more time for everyone to remote program.
Yeah. I managed to do some pairing with Brian and Christopher and some other people, and Michael also over Christmas. So it was a good experience.
Yeah, good show. Excellent. Well, yeah, I think we'll probably, so what would happen normally in the Scrum is we might have a few more verses this bit of lull after Christmas, and then with people having updated about what they're doing, say what are you working on, anything that you're technically stuck on. This is our little Scrum. What are your plans? And then after a sort of a time box, max 15-minute chat, we would then say anybody free to pair, and pairing sessions would happen off the back of this and produce things like the LocalSupport, Sahara Network website that I showed you. We've got another of our very active projects is helping place orphans from Syria. And we had a team of about 4 or 5 people working with a client in Syria who built kind of a back office admin system for the orphans. And there's great charitable work going on there. Yeah, we get to share error messages like this with each other. It's great fun. Yes. All the happy hours we've had banging our heads in different bits of computer systems and so on. But yeah, that's how that works. I guess since we've got you here, Thomas, I'll just ask out to the makers. Any questions for Thomas? He's a real developer like Ben was yesterday. But doing a lot of his work remotely and online, mainly working in Rails. Anything for Thomas? Thomas, Thomas, if you're free and you want to come over in London, I think didn't you get plans to come by London? You come in
yeah, it's in February.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hey guys, you'll be coming back for talks in the evenings, won't you? Congratulations. Yeah. Well, of course we'll live stream it so you guys from the exotic places that you're all living in. You can attend. Chris, did you have a question for Thomas? Where is it in Sweden that you are, Thomas?
Once again?
Where in Sweden are you based?
Oh, I live in west coast of Sweden, Gothenburg. In Gothenburg.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very cold where you are at the moment.
Oh, well, it's not that bad. It's only like -3 degrees or something. So. But I've been to I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Swedish geography, but I've been to the most northern part of Sweden once in my life. It was -30 something. Yes. So we drove across the polar circle. It was quite an experience, actually. They have a hotel up there made entirely of ice.
So we hear, yes. I must come up. I think I want to see the aurora borealis. Anyway, I guess yeah. If you're going to come by in February, that may be the time to get into more detailed questions. I think we've kind of, I've kept these guys long enough. They're just itching to get back to their pairing. Like I say, we can't leave them apart. It's almost sorry. I've had too much coffee as usual.
Let me just finish off with just a quick pitch for AgileVentures. I believe that you've already marketed our little community to these people, but just a quick today I work I have a privilege to work as a Ruby developer today, and I must say. And I usually say that publicly. Thank you, Sam, for pulling me into this community, because the fact that I have the job that I have today is entirely because I got involved in AgileVentures. I got to practice agile methods. I got to contribute and lead projects in AgileVentures, and I can because I did that for over a year, I got this job. So. If you guys want to become more employable, grow your experiences, grow your skill sets, getting involved with AgileVentures is one way, among other ways, of course, one way to gain a lot of experience, and you will benefit from that in the future. That's what I just wanted to say.
Excellent. Thank you, Thomas. Well, I would say thanks to you for taking I was talking about this website that would connect people from around the world, and you kind of made it happen. You did the original MVP for this, and then worked tirelessly as a project manager with literally over 50 people, I think, contributing from around the world to make this happen. It's a beautiful thing. And when there's the makers, when you get into the post course, we do have a special badge for people who want to get involved in open source projects, particularly like there's many of them available with AgileVentures. And I think what AgileVentures is, rather than just an open source project that you might find and then submit a pull request to, and you have only like a text-based interaction with people, you can actually join the Agile Scrum process, with people from around the world, using it's a much more engaging, I think, than your average open source thing. And it's a great way of sort of accelerating your skill set after you Makers Academy will take you so far. But then you basically need to, I guess in the ideal world, you get straight into a job, and then you're just working full-time, you're in the mix in an Agile process. It may take some time to get to that job. I think AgileVentures can fill a little hole there sometimes. But come and see me, and I run these scrums every day at 7:30 a.m. and 3:45 if you want to talk with the people. Just let me know there's a sort of Slack as well. So I think that's it. Was there one other thing I was going to say? Oh, the other thing I just mentioned related to this is, so next week's going to be the Jamboree for your final projects. I'm also inviting in a group of charities to give some, so as well as doing the main Jamboree where everybody in the company will do these 1-minute pitches, I'm inviting a group of charities to come in and give like maybe 3-minute pitches on special charity Jamboree projects. I'm going to record that, make that available to the AgileVentures, but also for you, for any of you who would like to do on your final projects, things for charities, that would be great. Another thing I would say actually is the big difference between, say, a final project on an arbitrary topic here at Makers Academy and a project that you do in AgileVentures is the key thing about AgileVentures is that we have real customers and we have real live customer meetings, and rather than just being each week you decide whether you like what you created, you're actually trying to please a real person who will potentially reject your stories and things that you've made as not working. And I think it's that interaction between you making things in technical and then having a demanding real world customer saying that's actually not meeting our needs, or trying to tease out of that person, what is it you actually really want? That's the critical thing, and I'd like to bring some of what we've done in AgileVentures with real customers and bring that into Makers Academy. And I don't want everyone to necessarily do that if they don't want to, not ready to work with a real customer. But if you can have a real customer for your final project, then I think there's a step up in terms of what you can learn about the Agile process. But yeah, there we go. That's 30 minutes. I think that counts as short and sweet, I hope. I'll stop it there. Any questions before we go? We will get back to coding.
Take it easy, guys.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Thomas. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Take care. Bye.
Absolutely. Live long and prosper. Cheers.
No.